When we think about light Yagami, we often think about power, ego, narcissism, and a psychotic personality. But what if I told you none of those things made Light who he is? Light Yagami is often regarded as a brilliant obsessed with power. The man was literally against the whole world. You may think that he already had a god complex, and the Death Note was just a cherry on top, but I want to give you a different perspective of his obsession. Light is one of the best students in the whole Japan, just trying to make a good future for himself. As we may see, he seems to be bored and tired of this boring life, quietly going through it with numbness. But as soon as he finds the Death Note, you see a spark on his face, an excitement, as if he was waiting for something like this to happen for decades. And as the famous meme goes, he wanted to fix the world and not save the world. Let me tell you something. You know those obsessed stepdads who always want their children to behave in a strict way, who lose it when something goes wrong? Light Yagami is no better than that guy, because just like him, Light wants control. He thinks he is some kind of genius who is supposed to have the Death Note. Do you know why he does it? Because deep down he feels powerless, and let me tell you why. Light commits crime because of his own fear of failure, weakness, and mediocrity. He doesn't want to be one of the many. We can clearly see in the series that he thinks himself as superior to others. He looks down on everyone. He sees everyone as nothing more than tools. His own weakness and fragile ego makes him take steps which could separate him from others. That's peak narcissism right there. Perfectionism, fear of uncertainty, and authoritarian tendencies are something humans are born with, but Light is special for one reason. He thinks he understands himself. When he said to Ryuk that he'll wipe all the crime, Light didn't understand, but Ryuk understood it very precisely, Ryuk said. But then, you'll be the only rotten one. This is where Light is blind. He thinks of the world as black and white. Ryuk, on the other end, understood the complexity of the world. The god complex of Light wasn't something he was born with. He was a normal person, a thriving student to be precise. The shift happened when he got the opportunity to differentiate himself from the people who would be much smarter than him. The notebook was the cheat code to all power. I want you to see something. Light in most of the series is sharp and nonchalant. But as soon as L corners him in any way his mask slips, he gets desperate. His fragile personality can be seen in the end of the series. Same goes for the second guy, Mikami. These guys are on the verge of breaking down, but would be confused to being confident and stoic people. But I must say, the stupidity he showed in episode 2 was quite for the plot. Otherwise, it would be literally impossible to catch him, because if you compare that to the brilliant tactics he has accomplished, it doesn't make sense. The Kira we know would have very easily seen it. In my opinion, Misa wouldn't fall for it. And, well, technically, he didn't even lose. Okay, call me a glazer, but we all know it. But that's a topic for some other day. If you like interesting perspectives on animes, go ahead and subscribe so I don't get lost in the algorithm. And here's a video where I explain the murder case L talks about, so go check it out.
So it's her.